Maybe first I'll just mention that Encompass Michigan, one of SBAM's strategic partners, and has worked with us and also with me personally in different efforts to employ people with disabilities over many years. So delighted to have Todd Culver on the show today, who leads Encompass Michigan, and talk about some work that we're doing together for some a really important discussion around social enterprises. So Todd, thanks for joining us on the briefing. But I thought what might make sense is to even start with a definition. What is a social enterprise?
Yeah, thanks, Brian. Thank you for having me today. Social enterprises are revenue-generating businesses with a mission. So whether it's providing access to healthy food or expanding healthcare services or helping individuals entering or returning to the workforce, social enterprises use their profits and business practices to address what could be called a societal need. So these enterprises can take many forms across many industries, but they ultimately exist to serve the common good.
Yeah, it's a really exciting part of the business community that has been developing over many years, and really it's a natural fit for a discussion among small businesses because small business owners tend to be community leaders, tend to really take ownership in the space around them, and view the welfare of the community that they operate in as being part of their mission, part of what they're all about. Um, Especially when a person who owns a small business tends to live in the community where the business operates. And so it's not really a big jump, or at least we don't perceive it as a big jump for this social enterprise to really be especially important to small businesses. So we've decided to team up and do some work together on this. And the first step of which is a webinar series, and really looking forward to that and putting it on the first joint project, if you will, between Encompass and SBAM, or at least a joint project of this nature, this partnership. Let's maybe just go over some of the details of what somebody who is going to participate or watch and join the discussion on social enterprises might have in store.
Yeah, thanks, Brian. I'm happy to do that. Real quick, to piggyback on your point about the alignment between the two associations, though, we feel like there's a real synergy here, and the strengths of each organization can be leveraged in a way that can both benefit Michigan entrepreneurs, as well as if we can turn the conversation towards an employment-related social enterprise, really help individuals who are facing barriers to employment. And that's a great fit in today's talent landscape, where we're all experiencing a workforce shortage. Employees want to work for companies that align with their values. Same with consumers. They want to spend their money with organizations that they believe are doing good work. So we feel like this can promote a more competitive talent attraction as well as the gaining of customers. But we're going to start the webinar series this Friday. We're hosting Jeremy Gadauskas from an organization called ROW Global Health. He's the author of a book on social enterprise, and he'll talk about how these businesses can come in many forms, but they always merge money and mission. And whether you're a for-profit company that wants to pursue a social purpose or a nonprofit organization that wants to generate revenue for your mission, or even an aspiring social entrepreneur looking for a startup structure, this session will consider the pros and cons of various approaches, including even some hybrid structures. So ultimately, the best model is the one that maximizes your mission impact, and this workshop will help you identify what works best for you.
So you'll notice Sarah dropped in the comments a link where you can sign up, and it's a series. So the first one being this Friday, and of course, yeah, this was really the thing that kind of attracted us, and also aligned with some of our of the work that SBAM has been engaged in over the last several years, and in developing the say the know-how, but also just the awareness of this labor force that has gone untapped for so long, people with disabilities, and so the idea of a business really kind of having part of their purpose employing people that otherwise are locked out of the employment world. And I think it's exciting also because it really can take so many different forms. We've read about other types of social enterprises where It might be that the product or service that they're putting out there into the world is solving a difficult or a complex social problem. It could be that a portion of the profit or net revenue is going to a particular um, uh, problem or issue, or it could be a for-profit activity that's supporting a nonprofit organization. There's just so many different ways that this could come to fruition. And as we think about the next generation of business owners and also talent that wants to be involved in something that's bigger than themselves, that this really hits a whole bunch of potential relevant points for entrepreneurs and people that are really looking to make their mark. Pretty excited about where we go from here.
Same here, Brian. And what's one of the nice features of each of the 3 webinars in this series is that the presentation will be followed by a roundtable discussion. This Friday, that will feature existing social enterprises from around the state, where attendees can learn more about their journeys and, in fact, be able to join the discussion, ask questions, or even share their own experiences.
Yeah, it'll be a great opportunity for people to consider, first of all, you might kind of already be a social enterprise. You just don't think of yourself that way. But just what we want to touch on as we go through this series is even just several aspects of how you go from where you're at to taking it to the next level and to consider what the possibilities are out there. So looking forward to a robust discussion over the next 3 weeks. So a series of events on Fridays, and it's a webinar, so you can do it from the comfort of your own home. And we're really looking forward to it. Todd, thanks so much for joining us today on the Small Business Briefing.